Exactly where Scotland are. One more result and they will find their way into the knockout round at the World Cup for the first time in the history of the men's national team. The two sets of players are beneath us, so let's find out who Steve Clarke has picked. Ailey Barber's down there for us.
Hi Steve, yes, 3 changes from Steve Clarke's side for this massive game against Morocco. Nathan Patterson comes in, he replaces Aaron Hickey at right back. Ryan Christie is in for Ben Gannon-Doak, and Kieran Tierney replaces Lawrence Shanklin. So a little bit of a shift in formation from the 4-4-2 that started that game against Haiti. Angus Gunn in goal, Andy Robertson left back, Grant Hanley and Jack Hendry, the central defensive partnership with Nathan Patterson at right back. Ryan Christie and Lewis Ferguson in the midfield. Scott McTominay playing in that number 10 position just ahead of them. John McGinn moves over to the right-hand side, and we believe it is Kieran Tierney that will be playing in that wide left position with Shea Adams up front. There is the possibility of it being a back five, but that is the formation we believe that Steve Clarke is starting with tonight.
Ailey, thank you for the time being. Ailey will be back with us in about 10 minutes time, and how fitting it is that the first thing we hear in this stadium is a little run rig, is a little Loch Lomond, is a little high roads and low roads and all roads, Pat Nevin, that have led Scotland to this historic day.
Yeah, they've been in fine voice, haven't they? Right from the start. There was just a moment they played that gala track, didn't they? And all the Scotland fans started jumping up and down and singing. Again, it was a bit spine-tingling, wasn't it, to see them all doing that? But they're in here early, they know the importance of it. The players know the importance of it as well. You can't go and think, go and get a point, that'll be enough. You just can't do that. You've got to go out and play and do your best. I'm sure we'll go through in great detail about this system. That doesn't sound right to me, that back four. And what it will probably be is 2 systems. A system where you're attacking and a different system where you're defending. And I suspect that's the way it'll work out.
We're just surrounded by iconic figures. I just looked to my right there, and the first thing that I saw was Ray Houghton, who scored one of the most iconic goals in World Cup history for Republic of Ireland against Italy back in 1994. Just come in for a little high five with James McFadden. Good evening.
Yes, it was very nice, because I remember watching that as well, so that was nice, and hopefully we have a Ray Houghton out there that's going to produce a bit of magic, because this is going to have to be a solid defensive display from Scotland, and it might be that we need to rely on the magic of McGinn, McTominay, who have done it so many times. And look, I know that whatever the shape is, the approach will be to be solid, to contain Morocco as much as they can, but not to just sit and defend. And it works. This system, if it's a back four with Tierney wide left, I'm a bit surprised, but I understand it, and Pat knows as well. Steve Clarke's not thinking, this sounds like a good idea, I'll just try it. There's definitely a method behind it, and it'll be to stop Hakimi. That's what it'll be. We may well see Kieran Tierney man marking him, which quite unusual to hear of a fullback being man marked, but he's not an actual fullback, is he? He plays everywhere. So I think the approach will be to be hard to play against, hard to beat, hard to break down, but we've got players that can go and produce. They've done it, and hopefully someone does it again.
There'll be plenty more editions of Scotland's World Cup jukebox coming over the course of the next 40 minutes. I'm absolutely sure we're going to hear actually from Justin Curry, lead singer of Delamitri, who of course wrote and performed the anthem for Scotland's last men's World Cup in 1998. Pat and I went to speak to him backstage at his gig in Boston last night. The reason, James, where it just feels fitting to have all of this going on around us, is that you know as well, you're featured in anthemic Scotland songs. The players down there tonight know one kick of a football and fans and artists could be singing about them for years to come.
Yeah, and it's what they've had to carry the last 2 tournaments leading into this. It's what they had to carry against Haiti, where some people were disappointed in the performance, but I looked at that game as the pressure, as you've just spoken about, of putting themselves in this position, win the game. The manager, John McGinn, both mentioned it after the game, a must-win. We've heard it after the game. So they were clearly speaking about it before the game, which heaps pressure on you. I was just desperate for a win. I'd have taken a 1-0 and not the best performance. That's what we got. But what that does now is takes that little bit of pressure off of needing a win. We don't need a win, but we can go and play for a win. But you don't need to worry about, you know, it was 1990 before the Haiti game since the last win. Steve Clark and this group of players haven't won at a major tournament until the last win. So now the focus is actually different. You're not looking and saying, well, if you know you avoid defeat here, you chase that last game and it all comes down to that, which it might still do, but you don't need to win those games. A point is more than good enough. A good performance, this is a dangerous Morocco side, but the players will feel a sense of relief after the Haiti game, and hopefully they can go and enjoy this. It's going to be tough, they're going to have to suffer, but hopefully they can enjoy suffering, because it's not a must win, but it's a great opportunity to go and become legend.
Right, let's hear from the Scotland manager, Steve Clark, then, shall we? Here he is with the BBC's Lewis Irons.
Steve, has the magnitude of what you and the players achieved against Haiti sunk in even more a few days on than it did straight after the full-time whistle?